I give myself away. To all my single ladies and all my single fellas, I'm about to say some things that are probably pretty cliche. Some things that you've probably already heard before and you don't want to hear again. Some things you probably don't want to hear from a person who is engaged. Hi guys, and welcome back to the Rose Garden, Candid Conversations with Sheeta Rose. If you haven't met me before, nice to meet you. My name is Rashida and thank you for joining my channel, watching this video, whatever you do, and thanks for being here. So today's a little bit different. I have, again, a plethora of packages that need to be opened, but I also was thinking, I've been having several conversations with friends over the past couple days about relationships, marriage, the dream of being married. How can you tell if it's an idol? All of those things. And the biggest question that I kind of landed on after that is, why do I believe that I'm ready to get married? Am I ready to get married? I think so. We're gonna jump into it. We're gonna talk about it while I'm opening these packages. I get to show you some of my things that I have ready for the wedding, and we get to chat. So there are only 3 more months, actually less than that by today. 3 more months until Michael and I get married, and I'm so excited. But it's also kind of nerve-wracking, but it's a blessing. It's a hodgepodge mix of emotions, but I'm just grateful to be here. So many times throughout the entire journey of being engaged, or even before getting engaged, I was thinking to myself, like, marriage, wow. I really thought of marriage as like this huge big thing in myself as really, really little and just like ill-equipped. It just felt like a giant mountain, and I was this tiny little person with little, you know how the T-Rex got little tiny arms? That's how I felt, trying to grab onto something that was bigger than me. But over time, God has really blossomed my idea of what it means to be married. It's not just servitude to your man. I got to cook, got to clean, got to raise these kids, got to keep him happy. It's not those things. So marriage isn't that big, and it is a big deal, but it's not bigger than me, because I have God in me who can equip me for every situation that he'll bring me to, and he'll sustain me throughout it and won't leave me at any part. So that's my main reason for being ready to get married. Okay. First box is another one of these Mr. Mrs. box. If you haven't seen the last video of unboxing, my sister signed me up for this beautiful subscription, and they send me new things. It says, for every bride to be the blushing bride. This is the cutest. I was actually just saying that I wanted to buy a whole bunch of like bridal gear, like Mrs. type things. And this is so cute. I'm definitely gonna take this, use it for the honeymoon. But for now, we'll use it to hold the box down. A pack of scrunchies, Cloud 9. One that's like a cheesecloth kind of material. Super cute. It has like glitter kind of in it and like silk and stuff. Oh, it says bride. Come on. We're just gonna ignore that loose thread, but it's really nice. Super cute. Love looks good on you. I didn't read the informational thingy in here. I just went straight for it. This is a makeup brush set and a keepsake case. Okay, definitely good for like travel makeup type stuff. And the case is a nice blue case. Next in here, Bridal Glow. Y'all gave me a shimmer body spray. I'm about to be shining, 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 shining. Yeah. Okay, I love this. Definitely gonna use it. Let's open it. Alright. Bridal Glow Shimmering Body Mist. Oh, this is so cute. It's like white glitter. I mean, gold would have been nice because hello, I'm Blake. It's some barrettes, some clips that say, one that says bride, one that's like gold foiled with like clear acrylic, pearl, and a flower. Definitely can use this for something. It'll come in handy. So one of the reasons why I feel like I am ready to get married is because I think that my perspective on marriage is like grounded in reality. I'm not expecting everything to be rainbows, sunshine, lovey-dovey, hugs and kisses all day, every day, 24/7, 365. Like, I love this man with the depth of my heart. He is my best friend. But I think that I'm also aware of the fact that there will be days that he is less than pleasurable in my eyes. And that's okay. Like, it's normal to not always be on the exact same page, because if it's really iron sharpening iron, there's gonna be some sparks that fly. Like, there is gonna be some things that we rub out of each other or that we are assisting God in pruning out of each other by exposing, triggering, pointing attention to, having conversations about. And so I think that my perspective is realistic. It's gonna be a beautiful experience that I'm extremely excited and honored that I get to have. But then also at the same time, I know that it's gonna come with its own fair share of challenges, and that's okay. Even the idea, next box, another miss to misses. I think that even the idea of gender roles, I don't see that as something that applies for us. We've had conversations about what our expectations are from a husband, from a wife. And I feel like my expectations are for him to live up to what the Bible says about what a husband is. Looking at, we discussed this recently at our marriage, one of our premarital counseling sessions. The husband is the head of the household, like Christ is the head of the church. And he's supposed to love me like Christ loves the church. And he's supposed to lead me. I'm to submit. I am to honor him, to respect him. I'm to be his helper, and he's also to be my helper. And so, marriage isn't just the wife submitting to the husband, but marriage is a mutual submission to each other. It's a commitment to selflessness for the rest of our lives. Alright, in this bridal box, it says, for every bride-to-be, wedding day essentials. Okay, if you know me, you know this garter set, it's not gonna get used. I'm not using this. I'm not doing this. I'm not putting something on my upper leg for my husband at the reception, he'll be my husband, to go up under my dress and pull it down with his teeth. In front of my parents, you've lost your mind. A little treat for your dancing feet. I'm guessing my sister put my size in there. It fits decent enough for your wedding day stationery set. Aw. You know what's crazy? I was gonna go and buy vow books for us, but I think that these will do. Because why spend extra money? We're already spending thousands of dollars. A classic white vow book should be more than good enough. Next, we have a Mrs. Sleep Mask. Super cute, white satin. Let's try it. I'm about to mess up my hair for this. I am. I look sleep. Next thing in here is oh, so cute. It's a car window decal. It's funny because I actually just purchased this morning one thing for our car decor. This one, it just says just married. I can probably put that on the car. Another one of the reasons why I feel ready to become Mrs. Frith is because the man that I am marrying has been confirmed to me by God. And I think that people talk about, oh, soulmate, does God choose your spouse? Do you choose your spouse? I'm not even sure if I can say that I know the answer. I think that sure, for some people, God has made it very clear to them, this is your person. And for other people, they go to God hey God, I like him. Is that okay? Can you bless this? And I think sometimes God honors that too. I don't think that I ever had the magical moment where God was like, this is your husband. Michael is the man. I never had that moment, but I did have dreams or things that people have had dreams about or gave me words about that confirmed that this partnership was something that was blessed by God. One dream in particular that maybe one day I'll share. But because Proverbs 3 verses 5 through 6 reminds me to trust in the Lord with all my heart and not to lean on my own understanding, I know that I don't understand everything and that I have to just trust him and believe what he said. And if I believe that he's spoken to me, that this blessing of a man, this blessing of a union is something that he approves of, I'm a stick beside him. Not because he's perfect, not because I'm perfect, but because I've seen enough for me to know that consistently he remains in the hand of God. And as long as he's submitted to Christ, then I can submit. And I found these on Etsy. They're personalized with their names and the bridesmaid's title going across the other side. So one side says bridesmaid and the other side says their name. And so we're doing black for that. I'm doing the white one, which I love. I think it's so stinking cute. It just says Mrs. Frith on them. Oh my gosh. Let me hug the shoe. I'm excited. Got this package today and I have no idea what's in here. I think I know what it is based on what it feels like. And based on if it is what I think it is, oh, it is what I think it is. Funny enough. It's what I think it is, and it came pre-prepared for me. How I love that. They're shoe heel protectors, so I got them for the guests because our wedding is outdoors. A portion of it is, and you know when you're walking in the grass with heels, it can be kind of annoying for like sinking in. So the wedding box I just opened gave me one for myself, but then I bought one that all the guests will be able to have them, use them if they would like to, and they come in different sizes based on like your heel. So I got that. And I think that's it. I feel like that's it. I did have one other package, but it's an accessory that goes with the flowers, so I'm not really going to say too much about that. To all my single ladies and all my single fellas, I'm about to say some things that are probably pretty cliche. Some things that you've probably already heard before and you don't want to hear again. Some things you probably don't want to hear from a person who is engaged to be married and has already found their person, who seems to maybe not know the struggle of what it is to be discontent in your singleness, or just be ready to move on to the next stage or phase of life when it comes to companionship through marriage. I'm gonna say the cliche thing. It pays to wait. My mom said this to me. My future father-in-law has said the same thing to me as well. I understand that it sometimes can be exhausting being in the dating world. I mean, hello, I have been there. It can be exhausting to like go through, this might work, that might work, meet someone else, this might work, definitely not gonna work, meet somebody, like all of that whole cycle of just like building up hope and sometimes meeting disappointment, building up hope again, and things not always panning out how we expect them to be. I think that in our pursuit of relationships, of companionship, of marriage, I think we have to be realistic with ourselves and really evaluate, has the desire for marriage, for a partner, for a husband, for a wife, for companionship, has that become an idol in my life? And I think it's become an idol when we want that thing more than we want God. I think it's an idol when we want our timing and we don't want God's timing, when we think we have a better plan, when we think that the person that God is telling us no about should actually be a yes. Anything that is going against the plan, the design, the will, the desire of God has become an idol. Anything that we value higher than Him has become an idol. And we begin operating out of pride, even for something that can seem innocent, like wanting a companion to have a godly relationship with. If we want the godly relationship more than we want the God, it's an idol. So to my single ladies, to my friends, cast down your idol. Don't make your pursuit for wanting a relationship more important than your pursuit for wanting a relationship with Christ. We know the story of Adam in the Bible. While he was working, that God looked at him and said, it's not good for man to be alone. But I noticed after listening to a sermon, if you look at the story, God was the one who said that it was not good for man to be alone, which to me is consolation in the fact that God looks at us and He's aware of our state of being alone. I don't want to say loneliness because it's not the same thing, but He's aware of our state of being alone. He's not blind to it, and He recognizes that it's not good. Therefore, He has a plan for the good thing. You're not alone in your singleness. God has not forgotten. If it hasn't happened yet, it's because it's not time for it to happen yet. Maybe He's still preparing you. Maybe He's still preparing your partner. Maybe just the circumstances of your life are not conducive to what would be a healthy relationship. I don't know. We don't know the mind of Christ, but we know that His mind is perfect and that He plans for everything. The next thing that I noticed from the story of Adam, when God looked at him and said it's not good for him to be alone, He didn't immediately take Eve out of Adam and give him, his partner. He gave Adam work. He gave him work. He gave him things to do, to be productive. He gave him a purpose. He gave him an assignment. And I believe that in our singleness, we are to be working on our assignment. Whether it's a thing that God is calling us to do in the earth or the thing that God is causing us to do internally. Whether it's that He wants to continue to prune things out of us by us being intentional in our development process to becoming more like Him, or He wants us to put our hand to the plow and continue to build the kingdom of God. Before you get in a relationship, it's work to be done. After you get in a relationship, there is more work to be done. The difference is now you have a partner. And so in your singleness, God is aware that you are alone and He has things that you can do now And when you find your partner, it's not just for the sake of looking cute, taking selfies, going on trips, making babies, having legal sex, because that's what a lot of people want to get married for. It's not for only those reasons. The main purpose of marriage is ministry. You sign a covenant before the Father, letting him know you can't, not only can you use me, but you can use us. Not only am I submitted to you, but we are submitted to you. So to all my single ladies, to all my single friends, be encouraged. I get it. You're not alone. I'm not naive to what the struggle is because of the fact that I'm engaged now. But I want to encourage you, based on my perspective as a bride to be, that you're in a good place. God hasn't forgotten you. Your time will come. And when it comes, it'll be perfect. There are times even beforehand that I remember, like, I could have done other things that I thought was a good plan, that I thought was better timing, that I thought was more ideal, but I would have been moving ahead of God. I would have been moving outside of his plan for me. I would have forfeited the better thing for what I thought was a good thing. And it would have been pretty sad. So trust God, trust in the Lord. Know that he knows of every area of your life, every desire that you have, and it's in his plan to fulfill it. It's in his plan for you to see the goodness of God in every area of your life while you are still alive. All right, love you guys. Till next time, 3 more months, and I'm going to be Mrs. Frith. All right, bye.